Hello everyone, this is Luke from Be Successful. Good luck to you on this Crypto Sunday episode 25. As you already know, we've been spending Sunday together since last year. Here we discuss the main topics spent during the week in the financial field, because we want to make the best decisions with our money and not just protect them from this inflation, but even multiply them if possible. We need to pay attention to a few important things. We enter the subject immediately after the intro. Probably the most interesting news comes from Tesla, which came out of the American Standard & Poor's Index. Tesla's share price has plummeted sharply, dropping from 1,200 to 700, and the decline will continue even though it had a small technical rebound in recent days. These small increases are created due to those who, when the price of share falls, jump quickly and buy it, thus raising the price. But they are often unaware that this increase will not last long. Of course, Tesla's shares were overvalued and will continue to be even if they are halved. With a profit of $3 per share when a share was worth $1,200, a Tesla investor needed 400 years to recoup his investment. Now, he only needs 200 years. However, competing car companies offer higher returns. An investment in Daimler, for example, pays off in 8 years. Plus, Daimler pays dividends and Tesla doesn't, and won't in the next 10 years. The real problem is just the beginning. Because all the investment and pension funds have come out of Standard & Poor's, they have to sell their Tesla shares now, and that will further collapse the company's price. For those who don't know, Standard & Poor's is the American index that contains the top 500 best performing companies listed on the stock exchange. Why did Tesla come out of this index? Well, because it's no longer one of the top 500 companies in America. Such a strong collapse in this company brings a small sense of insecurity to the market and affects the market in the short term, although the situation was already bad. As I said in the last episode, 8 consecutive weeks of stock market decline have passed. This has not happened in 99 years. Not even in the Great Depression of the 30s were there 8 consecutive weeks of stock market declines. The situation is a difficult one, but governments have understood from the 2008 crisis that it is not good to strangle a suffering economy and force it to stop because it is causing a severe recession. So this time, they kept people in their houses for 2 years during the pandemic and offered them incentives. The money needed for incentives is obviously printed in a pandemic, and now we are all going to pay the bill for the comfort we benefited from then. The crisis started before the Russian invasion began, but that accelerated things even more. Russia is physically blocking grain exports from Ukraine, and this will lead to a severe food crisis, which is unlikely to be felt in rich countries. But to give you an idea, Ukraine's wheat exports provide the necessary calories for 400 million people each year. Much of Africa depends almost entirely on these imports, with Africa not being a wheat-producing continent. This makes the price of wheat on the stock exchange soar to the stars, and soon the wheat harvest will follow. Some countries have already announced extremely poor production due to climate change, and Ukraine, the largest producer in Europe, does not think it has enough resources for agriculture, as long as the terrorist nation Russia continues dropping bombs on them, as they've done since February. Putin has failed to achieve anything in Ukraine other than destroying lives, infrastructure, and stealing everything he could, just as nation-states did a few centuries ago. But nevertheless, in his agony, he continues to deepen this mistake, and it seems that he has managed to stop the whole planet from the beautiful path to evolution that it had. When the aspirations of mankind were directed towards colonizing other planets and the integration of artificial intelligence into our daily lives in order to make our lives easier, this individual appears who spoils the game. It seems that again, billions of dollars have to be redirected to weapons with which we can destroy everything we've built so far. In order not to take the discussion to a dramatic area, let's look at the opportunities, because life is made up of different moments, and your duty is to take what is best for you at every moment. Against the background of inflation and uncertainty, the markets are collapsing drastically. Shares are falling between 50% and 90%. Bitcoin and Ethereum are falling over 50%. The rest of the crypto market has fallen by up to 90%. These opportunities are as rare as they are valuable. Every dollar smartly invested now will be worth $10 in the next market cycle. I will give you a brief overview of the assets I have acquired in the last few days. I recommend you take into account my recommendations, but in no case do I tell you to copy my investments just because you are lazy to do your homework. Analyze my advice, but think carefully about whether or not each of the following assets is right for you. The investment plan depends on the individual, depending on his age, risk appetite, money he invests, monthly active income, passive income, and other factors. So in the last few days, we have accumulated Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, ADA, Polkadot, EGLD, MEX, a few new projects in the pre-listing phase, and even a little Shiba and Doge for fun. Then Daimler and Meta shares. And on Forex, I bought dollar against euro, a position that is currently losing, but I think the trend will continue in my favor. On the crypto side, these are the coins I accumulated, and with each drop, I continue to buy, more and more each time. On the stock exchange side, they are not the only shares that I accumulate. Depending on the opportunities, I buy shares from 2 to 3 companies every month. As for Forex, I explained in the past clips why I think the euro will continue to fall against the dollar, and that is why I opened this position, dollar against euro. I opened the position for $100,000 a few days ago with a leverage of 1 to 30, just when the trend reversed, and at the moment I am down quite a bit due to the big leverage, but I am confident that in a few days the dollar will continue to appreciate against the euro. More short explanatory videos you can see daily on our TikTok account. Please tell me in the comments what you are investing in during this period. As soon as the European Central Bank starts raising interest rates, expect the trades to reverse, and then I will stop this position and play backwards. But until then, wait for the dollar to pass against the euro and only then return. Remember that leverage can bring you fabulous gains fairly quickly, as well as equally spectacular and brutal losses. I do not recommend using something like this if you do not know very well what you are doing. And when you start, use a lever as small as possible and play as little money as possible. Be careful not to buy using all the money you've prepared for investments, because there are very high chances that the markets will continue to fall. But as nothing is 100% sure, it is good to start buying gradually during the fall, so as to opt for an average buying time as low as possible. Because no one knows where the bottom is, and we don't want to risk being left out of the market, we apply DCA. I also recommend that when a new bull run starts, you have prepared an exit plan for the investments you are making now, also based on DCA. Because as you don't know where the bottom of the descent will be, you will not know where the peak of the next growth is. Personally, I believe and hope the next bull run is far away, and we will have enough time to accumulate consistency. In the coming days, a competition with $500 prizes is coming up, so please don't miss this chance. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to receive notifications when the next contest clip appears. I am waiting for you in our free Telegram group where there are already over 200 people and where you will find answers to any questions related to investments. Thank you for staying with me until the end, and I invite you to like and share if you liked it, because it helps me a lot in developing this channel. Also, if you want to support this channel, you can do so by clicking the join button on the main page of the channel or on the first link in the description. Please do this only if you feel that you deserve those dollars and that you receive a value at least equal to your contribution. Until next time, take care of your money.